Britain's roads are changing, but according to many, not necessarily for the better. Since the integration of smart motorways began, there has been an ongoing back and forth between steadfast MPs and campaigners troubled by the lack of a hard shoulder, some of whom have lost loved ones to the motorway.
My husband was actually killed immediately, so they didn't even try and get emergency vehicles to them. I mean, the hard shoulder was needed from the beginning of motorways. We had it for 50 years. It never failed to be there. Unlike the technology involved in what should be replacing the hard shoulder, this fails. But the other problem that gets forgotten about is, even if you blame bad drivers, even if you say these problems are caused by people not driving the way they should be driving, that doesn't help a ambulance try and get through 4 lanes of stuck traffic.
On conventional motorways, emergency vehicles often use the hard shoulder to bypass traffic. On smart motorways, however, it's far harder for these vehicles to avoid congestion. Variable speed limits and traffic flow technology have been put in place to minimise risk, but nevertheless, this is clearly a major problem that can have life-threatening implications. Additional emergency zones have also been added in an attempt to create a safer refuge for drivers. So the Department of Transport have released a report. In the report, they say the emergency areas we have created on smart motorways, if you can reach one, are safer places than a hard shoulder. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
When has a vehicle in the history of vehicles ever broken down at a convenient stop, at a convenient point? So, and it's the whole premise of their campaign, their advertising campaign, that they have never done until this year. They've been in 10 years, in common use smart motorways, and they've only done an advertisement campaign when forced by us. And it's go left. So all it says, go left. Well, what if you can't go left? The whole problem with this is, what if you can't go left? My husband's vehicle was capable of moving, and he still died.
The hard shoulder, although not the safest area for motorists, was always there. On smart motorways though, breakdown areas are far less frequent. We approached the Department of Transport directly for comment. In their response, they reference a recent report made by the Transport Select Committee, the independent regulatory body for the Department of Transport. They say that in the report, it categorically stated that reintroducing the hard shoulder is more dangerous and likely to result in injury or death, although failed to provide any suitable alternatives to the hard shoulder. Hampshire residents can hesitantly await the arrival of their stretch of smart motorway, as the M3 is currently under reconstruction between Junction 9 in Winchester and Junction 14 at the Eastleigh turnoff towards Southampton. The Department for Transport have maintained that they are and always have been prioritising safety. The head of Transport, Grant Shapps, has said that he's greatly concerned by the number of fatal incidents on smart motorways. He also wants smart motorways to be safer than the conventional kind they're replacing. I think it's safe to say that the inquest will continue and that we certainly haven't heard the last of it. Alex Franklin, Winchester News Online.